In this video, I will explain to you what is a neutralization reaction and how they occur. So, neutralization reactions. A neutralization reaction is what occurs when an acid and a base react. So, in other words, it's an acid-base reaction. So when the acid and the base are the reactants, a neutralization reaction will occur. And so let's give like a skeleton to how this reaction occurs. So we will have an acid here, or a base. The order doesn't really matter, and it will react with the base or the acid again. So what this will always form is something we call a salt and water. So a salt is basically an ionic compound, any ionic compound, that is formed when an acid and a base react. So you will always have a salt and H2O. So let's use some reactions as examples. Let's say our acid is nitric acid, HNO3, so it is aqueous, and it reacts with, we need a base, potassium hydroxide. This is aqueous too. So we have our acid and our base. This is acid, this is base. And using the same skeleton, we know that we'll form a salt and water. So you can write water. No, actually no. You can write it in a different way. It doesn't matter. But this will react with this, and let's use green. This will react with this. So our salt would be KNO3, which, because there is potassium, it's aqueous. Remember, potassium is one of the group 1 elements, so they'll always be soluble in water. And then we have hydrogen and hydroxide, so that will be our water. That is liquid. So we have our salt and the water. And that is how a neutralization reaction usually occurs. However, the salt will not always be aqueous. It could be a solid too, or as we call it, a precipitate. And if you really want to remember this well, let's use an example that we've always used. So we have as our acid HCl, and our base is sodium hydroxide, NOH. That will form the salt, NaCl. This case is aqueous too because we have sodium, and water. And NaCl is our table salt, so it is actually salt. So if you want to remember the name of this compound, or of what is formed whenever you have a neutralization reaction, use this example and you will have salt there, literally. And well, that is how a neutralization reaction occurs. Acid plus base forms salt and water.